Novocaine, 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 Novocaine. For the pain, for the pain, for the pain, for the pain, for the pain. Novocaine, 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 Novocaine. Alright, everybody, this is your boy DrkBLADExx, the Dark Enforcers, aka Black Hawk, the emulator for DCUO. What's good? Alright, today we are in the Tier 6 raid known as hellllll Lockdown. It's part of the Halls of Power Part 1 DLC. And we are doing the feat known as Wait For It. Although you're gonna, yeah, you see me click on pick one. I'm kind of doing both feats together combined, but this is all about Wait For It. Anyway, this is a really hard feat to get, and not because from a lack of, not from a lack of trying, but more from a lack of no one wants to do it. This is one of those feats where you need to have communication. It's very, very, very super easy to get. I mean, this is like one of the easiest feats in the game to get, just nobody wants to actually do it. No one wants to take time to do it because it's much faster to not do it, if you get what I'm saying. Like, the content goes by a lot faster if you do not do this feat. So a lot of people just aren't doing this feat, period. So this is one of those feats where you need to have open communication. If you want this feat, don't just hope for it. Unless everyone in your group is just like really extremely low CR. You know, this is one of those hope for it feats. Okay, so this is a feat that doesn't really matter what your CR is. But let's be real. Nowadays, people are like 180, you know what I'm saying? So you got people that are coming in here just killing shit randomly, and they just kill shit with the quickness. You know, the bosses are now one-shots. That's how it is. So chances are, you're not going to get this feat unless you talk to somebody. And that's if you pug it. If you going in with a crew and everyone's the same CR, you're good to go. So this video is really focused around people who are around the same CR going in here. Okay, so as you can see, I started this video when we're already in the raid, because this takes place at the last boss fight, so there's really no reason for me to show the whole entire raid at all. With that being said, let's just get into it. Alright, by definition of this feat, you have to wait until the gun shows up that cages the bosses. On top of that, you have to wait a total of 60 seconds, 1 minute, before you can use the gun. Also, before you kill the bosses. That's right, this one takes patience. Like, it's easy to live through this stuff now. It just takes patience, and no one has that. Everybody just wants to one-shot the bosses and be done now. Back when I got this feat, this was like the easiest thing in the world to do. Especially if you got this feat when you were like at real CR to get this feat. Like, look at our group, you know, so we got people that are like, you know, 130, if even that. It's super easy to get a feat at this point because no one can one-shot the bosses. It's more like 4 or 3 shots, if that. And, you know, beforehand we told people, hey, we're waiting for the feat, so don't kill the bosses. Weaken them, don't kill the bosses. Has to be communication. We let everybody know that. Plus, it works better if you can actually have your group be the DPSs in the group. That way you can kind of, you know, actually control the damage somewhat. So all we're doing now is just waiting 60 seconds before we use the gun. After 60 seconds is over, pick up the gun, use it on anyone you want to, and get the feat. Now remember, if you kill the boss, the gun does not work anymore because you can't cage one boss and there be nothing to fight. You can't do that. Not possible. Alright, keep that in mind. You need to keep both bosses alive, because as soon as one of the bosses dies, the gun is no longer usable. Alright, keep that in mind. The gun is no longer usable, which is the same reason that right after you kill a boss, and the one's caged up, the cage automatically breaks, because you gotta fight something. Alright, so keep that in mind. Both bosses need to be alive, and this will take patience. If you're doing this with a walking crew, you're gonna have to talk to them and inform them what you're doing. There's no going in here and just hoping. If you're coming here with a crew and everyone's around the same CR, especially you guys that are lower, communication. Burn a boss down a little bit, but do not kill them. As soon as you can cage one, after, you know, the 60 seconds, cage them, burn them down, kill the other one, then kill the one that just came out the cage, and you're good to go, guys. I hope this guys helps you out, alright? Thanks for watching this video. This is DrkBLADExx, the Dark Enforcers, aka Black Hawk, the emulator for DCUO. Dark Enforcers, Darkness Rises.